Nicholas with Mabru Power Systems here, and what I'm going to do right now is go and do a walkthrough on a 2020 Axopar 37 XE with the enclosed head option. So these are all 12 volt units in here. What we have is the AC control right over here. We have the inverter control here. So the inverter is strictly for the charging capabilities of it, as well as just allowing outlets to work when vessels disconnected from shore power. Over here we have our Belmar SG200, so this is viewing the overall of the amperage coming in versus the amperage going out. This particular vessel has two AC units, one 7,000 that's feeding the cabin, and then one 12,000 that's feeding this helm area. So what I have is one vent back over here in this corner, one vent back over here in this corner, and another vent over here that are fed by the 12,000 BTU. And then I have this vent over here, and down in the cabin I have this vent over here that is fed by the 7,000 BTU. Digital control on this boat is right over here. And so this vent can be closed to push all the air towards the main cabin, or towards the forward cabin, I'm sorry, or it could be open to assist in the main cabin. So that way when we're sitting right over here, we have two vents blowing on us. It's nice and comfortable. I'm going to pause this, open up this back compartment so I can show you a little bit of what we have going on back there. So looking over here, here we have our inverter, Inverter Charger. So this is a 2,000 watt inverter, 100 amp charger, and it is true sine wave. So this is what we have charging the lithium batteries, as well as what we have that's feeding the outlets while the vessel is disconnected from shore power. We have the battery switch for the inverter over here, fuse for the inverter over here. Here we have the Belmar Smart Shunt for the SG200. Here we have the Bluetooth gateway, which allows us to view what the shunt's seeing from our mobile device. Here we have the thermal breaker for the helm unit, main cabin. Here we have the thermal breaker for the forward unit. As far as locations of the physical units, we have the 7,000 over here. This is the unit that's feeding the starboard side helm vents and the cabin vents. And then directly on the other side, here we have the 12,000 BTU, which is feeding the two aft vents, as well as the port helm vents. Down below, under the cover that was already removed, we have two batteries on the port side. So these are 250 amp hour lithium batteries by Mabru. We have another lithium battery over here, another 200 amp hours. So we have a total of 750 amp hours of lithium, which is going to give us over 8 hours of runtime, running at full speed, with both units running with no engines on. Also, if you want to see the status, you can come down and you can see the LCD screens on each battery, although that won't really be quite necessary since we have the Belmars. On the starboard side, we also have this sump pump right here, so we have that for the condensation of the units. So that way the condensation will go into that box there and then will be pumped overboard. back in here. Now we'll go to the aft section and take a look at the pumps. So coming back to the cockpit of the boat, we come into this aft storage over here. We have the pump set up right here. So we have the valve, we have our strainer, we have our pump, and then right here we have a little purge valve. So in case we have any air in the system, all we have to do is open this valve up, purge some air out, close it back up again, and the pump should be full of water. So that's taken right here off of the discharge of the pump. Now we'll switch over and we'll look at the port side. So starboard side is going to be for the 7,000 BTU, and port side will be for the 12,000 BTU for the helm unit. So we see the same setup over here on this side, and so basically if we notice that it's dirty in here, we're going to close this valve, we're going to open up the strainer, we're going to clean it up, we're going to screw it on snug, we're going to open up this valve, let the air purge out. Once the air's out, we'll tighten it up. You can either purge it directly one time just to be 100% safe or 100% sure, or you can try running the pump, and if the pump makes a lot of noise, it means it's running dry. Or the other way of checking this is as soon as you turn the systems on, this should happen anyways, you're going to want to come over the side of the boat. You see water coming out over here, so that means that this pump has water. We're going to switch over to the other side. We see water coming out over here as well. So we know that both pumps are running. We just want to check the flow and make sure that everything's good. And that's going to be the overview on this system here. Thank you for watching.